Alright, so once you join the class, once you start a class, it will ask you to choose a microphone or listen only. So of course you choose a microphone because you want to be speaking into your microphone to deliver the lecture. So now it asks you to select one of your microphones, so you just select. Now when you select that, you will see a screen that looks like this, right? That looks plain like this. Remember, your camera is not on yet. The first thing you do, go to the bottom left corner here. You'll see the camera icon. It says Start Webcam. Now make sure you start your webcam. Now when you start the webcam, you now just scroll down. If you want to use a background, you can select any of these backgrounds. Or if you don't want to use any background, you can just leave it as it is. Now, you'll go straight to share. Now, you have started streaming. Always make sure you start your webcam before you start your class. If not, your class will not be recorded. Your video will not be shown. All right. So, having said that, now here is where you see your students, participants. And then of course you also show chat panel here. So from here you can communicate with your students and then of course send a message. All the students in your class will join and will of course see it. Now another very important thing you want to know about is start recording. Of course it's cloud recording. Normally the system does this automatically, right? But it doesn't hurt to just be sure that your session is being recorded. So one of the most important things that you will be using while doing your training, your teaching, is the whiteboard. So if I click on this, I'll get a plain whiteboard that looks like this. It creates the whiteboard for me, right? So this whiteboard is where I'll be doing my tutoring on. Alright, so once you're on your whiteboard, of course you'll see a blank white screen like this. Remember to go to your whiteboard. This is where you click. It's one of the most important tools you'll be using. Then of course, in order to access the tools for the whiteboard, you just click this icon, right? Of course that's where you click. Sorry. Okay, good. So now once you click that icon, remember the icon I clicked on the bottom right corner here. So all the features for using your whiteboard will come out, right? So this is the hand. This is you want to select. This is you want to draw a rectangle. If you want to draw a diamond, a circle, an arrow. So all the tools, right? Then if you want to write a text, this is what you use. And of course the eraser is here. And then lastly, of course, you can see more tools here: embed, laser pointer, and everything. Then of course there is also the laser pointer. Now you also can import image and of course attach files. So everything here you can use to do what you want to do. Let's say for example you want to start writing on the board. And of course we use the black ink. I say this is first class of the day, right? So I can use it to type anything I want on this place on the board, right? Now if I want to draw, I'll simply just hover my mouse to see the drawing icon. So here I can use this to draw this and then this, and then of course let's say I'm teaching stuff like this, so I can say this is of course if I want to write, let me clean this. So I'm going to clean this. So let me just say I want to write this is 30 meters, and then this is of course this is distance. Anytime you want to use anything, just click on it, and then I will change this color to we'll make it small. Distance. Okay, good. So I can of course move it up. I'll just simply drag it. Here I want to also write again. I'll just put this as time. Right? Let's say I'm teaching velocity and stuff like that. So I can do this. I can also use, if I want to make a perfect, what do you call it, graph, I can use the arrow button here. Let me just clean this. I can just clean this. So let me use the arrow button. I'll do this like it's supposed to be the other way. So I can do this. Then of course I'll use the arrow button again, and then do this. Because I just selected this color, I can also change the color. Just click on it, then change. Then I want to put a straight line. So see, this looks a lot more cleaner. So I can use this to teach mathematics. I can use it to teach anything, right? So all these ones too are just shapes that you can use, and then of course to draw whatever you want to draw. So this is exactly how you use, these interactive dashboard tools, right, to teach while you're in the class. Remember, this is the whiteboard, and you can do virtually anything on it, right? So this is, of course, the laser pointer. So you can actually be using it to say, okay, so this in this direction, so, and then of course you do in this direction. So it creates that engagement with, of course, the students. Now let me talk about sharing your screen. So to share your screen, so the most important thing, right, is anything you want to do, just hover your mouse over it. You will see a description that will pop up to show you what that is. Like this, now I can decide to share my screen, right? So I'll just start sharing my screen, right? Depending on whatever I want to, I can just share my screen. It could be my my PowerPoint or whatever I want to share, if that is my goal, right? So when I'm done, I can just say stop sharing, and then of course I'll go back to my screen here. So this is exactly how to use this whiteboard. And then of course, like I told you, the system records automatically, and then of course your students can raise their hands, and you can also chat, view your students and all. So all these things, and then of course you can mute all users. Let's say your students are just joining the class, you just want to mute all of them, so you can just simply mute everyone. Now when you're using this this whiteboard, let me just remove this and change it. So I can move this around with this hand icon. I can decide to drag this to this point and then right on this side, right? I can pull it back here. Then this is the pointer. Of course I can use it to select. If I want to select stuff and move around, I use that. I can also decide to lock this screen so that it doesn't move around, right? It doesn't move around even if I want to. So that's exactly how to use the whiteboard. It's going to be a very critical part of the tools you use for your teaching. So you should take your time to look at it very well, right? So this is the chat box. Because if you want to drop a message for your students, you can use that as the chat box. Okay, yeah. So one last thing I forgot to show you is that, let's say you want to import a file into the classroom. You can just use these files to pick a document. Sorry, you can just use this to upload a file. So it just takes you to your computer. So you can just pick any document here, maybe a PDF document, and then of course you upload it. So once you upload it, it will import that particular file. I think my internet is messing up, but with this it will import the file into your station, where you can now use to interact with the students. So that's about it. Of course, you can also import images as well. So thank you very much for watching. This is about what the dashboard looks like. And then of course, when you start your class, it's very straightforward. Just use it to teach your students successfully. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next.